Okay. My name is Easy. I'm going to play you guys a little song to start off, kick this off. And here it goes. It's about an ex-girlfriend of mine. I had a girl, my life was good. She was my world. We had the fun right from the start. I knew she was my heart. But then one night I caught her sitting in the bedroom with my mom. Sitting all night long, yeah, with my mom. Now she's a mess. Oh yes, a lesbian. A les. My girl's a lesbian. When I woke up, she was nowhere to be found. Yeah, she was gone. Scissoring with Lindsay Lohan. I asked her why she didn't climb to lock thighs. There was a sigh, no immediate reply, no reason fucking why. And then after a moment, she said, "It's just because I saw you red rocketing your dog named Tom. Red rocketing him on zoolove.com. I have a lot of trouble feeling it.
100% true.
Well, I had a lot of trouble hitting that last low note. I hope it went out alright. I didn't know how it sounded on that side. I hope it was okay. I was a little nervous before this started. My name is Easy, for those of you who don't know. I'm Easy, not because I'm sexually promiscuous, no. I'm not that lucky. No, not at all, actually. It's because I'm from the streets. I was raised on the mean streets. I was raised on the mean streets of Columbia, Maryland. I mean, in case you guys didn't know, this is hole, son. Can't fuck with the streets of Columbia. Nobody from Baltimore, beat me up, please. I listen to a lot of music, as you guys can tell. We got any Pearl Jam fans out there tonight? Pearl Jam, woo! Is there not one Pearl Jam fan in here? You like Pearl Jam, sir? You like Pearl Jam? You like listening to Pearl Jam? Hey, everybody, that guy likes Pearl Jam. Somebody go talk to him later tonight. But anyway, I was flipping through the radio the other day and I heard this song called Jesus Take the Wheel. You guys heard this song? Jesus Take the Wheel? Jesus Take the Wheel? But I was listening to it and I was thinking, I'm not so sure I want Jesus to take the wheel. Not because, you know, I'm not a Christian or anything. There's just little loopholes in this story that I don't find comfortable. One, I don't think Jesus ever had a driver's license. I'm not sure about this, but I'm sure the car was invented at least like 2 or 3 years after Jesus' death. I watch the History Channel, I know about this shit. And there's no way Jesus ever had a license. And he never, you know what I mean? He never even rode a horse. He rode an ass. Much less be behind the wheel of something that had multiple horsepower. That's just dangerous. Jesus shouldn't be driving. Can you imagine if he, you imagine if Jesus got pulled over, you know? License registration, please. Sorry, sir. I don't have anything, but I mean, look at my hands. It's not a big deal. I took back all your sins. I'm not gonna make a big deal about it, but I can get my dad on the phone if you need me to. So, when Jesus gets pulled over, meanwhile, sir, have you been drinking? Jesus has turned all the water, all the aquafinas in the car into wine, because that's his first miracle ever. Jesus turned water into wine. He defeated the most annoying fucking thing in the whole world, which is the beer run. Nobody wants to go on a beer run. Mary and Jesus are all hammered. They're like, Jesus, go get us some more booze. Like, Jesus is like, fuck that, get Miracle, that's some goddamn wine. Party's on. So meanwhile, Jesus is getting pulled over. He's like, all right, I'm going to need you to step out of the car, sir. But this is where Jesus would excel. Jesus would be good at the field sobriety test. Jesus gets out of the car and he's like, all right, first, Jesus, I'm going to need you to, first, Jesus, I need you to stand with your feet together here, with your arms out. Jesus goes, I can do this shit for hours. All right, smart guy. Oh, we tried this one out. Jesus, put your arms out to the side and then touch your nose to your hand while I smite thee with this spear. Try it now, smart guy. But he would be good at it. They have to make it hard. I mean, he's the fucking Messiah. They have to. Like, now Jesus, we're going to need you to walk a straight line. Across water! He could do it, though. That's how you'd have to make it hard. A lot of dead celebrities have joined Jesus this summer. A lot of them. But everything's changed now. Now that, you know, all these dead celebrities, things that we thought were something are now something completely different. Like, for instance, Thriller. Thriller is now a documentary, in case you didn't know. That's actually going to happen in a couple days. So, keep your eyes peeled. Another thing, total true story is Ghost. Ghost is a total true movie. Call Ashton Kutcher. He's getting constantly harassed. You don't even know. Man, I was really sad to see Billy Mays go. He was one of my saddest. That's why I'm growing this wag beard. I was like, I'm going to be Billy Mays. And I was like, all I can grow is this vagina hair on my face. Awesome. Look how cool I look.
That is so offensive!
Oh, vagina hair, don't say that. But I wanted to be Billy Mays for Halloween because I was like, he's so excited about everything he did. You know what I mean? Like, he's just like, mighty plenty! Make this chain link, pull up a brick! Leg broken, rub some mighty putty, sand, paint, it's brand new. Making life like dick and pleasure your mate with it. It has so many uses. So many uses. Damn, you're a genius. Did anybody not see him having a heart attack? I mean, if he gets that excited about that, I mean, imagine when his daughter came out and was like, Dad, I'm 12 and I'm knocked up. He just immediately died. That's how excited he was about that. I think the saddest thing this summer was definitely David Carradine. I was really sad to see David Carradine go. He was my favorite. Because he was in the show Kung Fu. And Kung Fu is the most awesome show ever because all he did was he was a Shaolin monk and go around and he'd go in old West times when they all had guns and they would shoot everybody. He would just kick people in the face and you were done. Because I know Kung Fu, bitch! I don't want any of that. But then they made this new show in the 90s with David Carradine called Kung Fu: The Legend Continues, which made no sense at all. He was the Kung Fu's great-great-grandson, and he wandered around, but he was in New York City, and his son, his bastard son that he, left in New York City was a white guy, and David Carradine is either Asian, he's like Indian, and then his son is like a perfectly white guy who also knows Kung Fu, and they fight crime. Makes no sense at all. Stupid. So I guess one thing we can be grateful for is that the legend does not continue. Think about how David Carradine died. That's embarrassing, you know? I mean, he's like choking himself, all eroticed out, like, and he's like accidentally hung himself. I mean, that's just embarrassing. That's why I always use a spotter. You never erotically asphyxiate yourself without a spotter. That's just dumb. So, can you imagine if David Carradine had just lived and like had barely been alive, but he had to do like a now you know, like public service announcement? Hi, I'm David Carradine. If you're ever going to erotically asphyxiate yourself, just like in the gym, always bring a spotter. Climax alive, and now you know. That's so silly.